Hello, everyone. Welcome to uh, episode number 170. No, not sorry. No, not 170. 170 is the Terraform Weekly newsletter. This one is 116, I guess. Yeah, so anyway, it's been a pretty long time since I'm doing this live stream, and I receive some feedback from people who say that they learned something from it, which is pretty cool. And yeah, I will try to continue making it relevant for many people. Oh my God, 16 people watching. Guys, don't you have anything more interesting to do on Friday? But okay, okay, I'm not saying that. I mean, you're welcome. Cool. Right. So episode 116. My name, you know. So let's move to interesting things. Okay, interesting things are here. So starting from 2015, I was doing Terraform, a bunch of different interesting things. Recent news that HashiCorp has been bought by IBM is pretty cool, I think. I don't have obviously any insights or any feedback on that one. I'm just kind of going with the flow, and hopefully Terraform will not be deleted or closed sourced or anything like that. Uh, for those who are wondering, Terraform is still open source, and don't listen to anyone from OpenTOF who say that, oh, Terraform is closed sourced. No, guys, don't lie, really. It's simple. But okay. So what I wanted to say is that uh, I'm doing a bunch of different things, and I really, really need your support because I simply cannot keep up with lots of projects at the same time and try to survive by earning money, right? I mean, if you want me to contribute to Terraform AWS modules or other projects, please consider sponsor my work. This is really important because at some point I will simply say like, sorry guys, I need to eat, and I will reduce the amount of work I do in the open source, which is not going to happen in the near future, but still I appreciate support of everyone. Okay, enough about that. Uh, right, here is it. So Terraform Weekly newsletter is again happening, and there were 170 issues every week, every Wednesday. I make it, and as you can see here, I'm also looking for Terraform Weekly sponsors. Uh, Hello, Anand. Uh, yeah, so Terraform Weekly newsletter has more than 7,000 email readers, plus many more people reading it through other platforms like Medium, RSS, even Twitter. So if you want to be featured, and if you want your company to associate with this newsletter, please let me know, and we will think something what we can do. As an example, I want to say that I find content which is more for practitioners who are using Terraform on daily basis. I don't include content which is pretty boring and which you can easily find online, uh, like just by going to documentation. Uh, so I appreciate comprehensive articles like the one by Sergei Vasilenko, who wrote a very nice post about Terraform static code analysis tools. Uh, this is kind of articles which I uh, like to mention here, and also a few other articles, as you can see here. Also, if you find something online and you want to share it and you think it's cool content, don't hesitate to send it to me, and I will take a look and maybe include it. Also, there is an open source project which unfortunately I was kind of forgetting to include, but I think it's interesting. And yeah, and here is it. Let's see. Here is it. It allows you to visualize your Terraform. Those who know what I've been doing in 2017 to 2019 or even 20, I was working on Cloudcraft integration with Terraform, and these guys are doing visualization of Terraform uh, plan and Terraform state. I think project has some potential, but currently it's pretty basic, and I don't see big value on putting this kind of information in public repositories. If you have need to onboard some people, or if you want to have documentation for your infrastructure, maybe some people will understand it better if it's visual. Take a look on this one, and yeah, and say hi to uh, these guys who are developing it. Yeah, so currently there are 4 contributors. The project is pretty new. So yeah, uh, let's see how it goes. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. So Weekly TF, as I said, is looking for sponsors. And if your company is doing something with Terraform, like you provide some services or you develop uh, some integrations with Terraform, or in general, you do something what is appealing to Terraform community, don't hesitate to reach out to me. And yeah, I hope that there will be support in the near future as well. And yeah, that's it. Let's go to the code, right? Yeah, I think that's it from the announcement side. Um, Earlier this month, I went to AWS Community Day in Poland and DevOps Days Istanbul. Uh, it was great time to meet many of you and to hear what kind of feedback people have. So I really appreciate that. Now it's back to business, and let's see what we have to do. Well, not we, but what I have to do, because I want to fix more Terraform AWS modules problems, and I put it like I put I don't know 8 here. I'm using a new browser called Arc, and I really dislike that it closes tabs which are older than 1 month because, well, it's just really bad to my mind. So here we are. Uh, Let me go to some of them, and if I see that I can do them, I will, well, hopefully fix it. If you have any questions or comments, um, please let me know. I love your question, Martin. Can we support via YouTube? I guess so. Well, there is. That's a really good question. Let me see. Mm, if I go somewhere here and if I click, I think join, yeah, this one, join, and you can select uh, join this channel. I never use this feature myself, so I don't know if it really works. Oh, right. Oh, that's cool, recursion. Anyway, there is a way to join as a supporter, I guess. Um, so yeah, that's one way. I also have a bunch of different Patreons and other ways. Uh, so yeah, let me know if this is what you asked. Uh, and yeah, and also for those who don't know, because I receive a lot of requests from people who think that I have absolutely nothing to do than just have fun with open source and like don't care about uh, kind of earning anything, right? Uh, at the end of the day, I provide consulting services uh, around things which I know, which I've been working for many years. So a really good case is that if you guys are struggling, or if you are implementing Terraform AWS modules or anything related to Terraform, you can reach out to me. That's pretty much what I've been doing. And I have a company called Better Job, where we specialize in Terraform, AWS, and DevOps. And obviously, we are doing this worldwide. Yeah, that's it. I'm sometimes really kind of disappointed that uh, companies are asking me very complicated questions on email. I spend time answering them, and then there is no reply, like no thanks, nothing. I mean, don't expect me to spend more than 5 minutes if you are this kind of person. Really, it's pretty disappointing. Like recently, I received interesting request about serverless TF support. I spent like half hour figuring out the solution. I sent it, uh, and then I heard nothing back. Again, I mean, it's a pretty strange case, I would say. Anyway, enough about complaints. Let's have fun, and thank you, Martin, for asking these questions. Right, and by the way, it would be pretty cool if you guys can write where are you from, like which locations, what time of the day you are, or maybe you want to hear some specific things or specific things to work on. I would really like to hear more what's relevant instead of me coming up with strange things here and there. Anyway, I have plenty of strange things planned, so let's get going, and yeah, let me know how are you doing, where are you from. Let's see. So PO, who is PO? I don't know who is PO. Anyway, notification wrapper submodule invalid for each argument error. So inside of S3, right? Yeah, Martin, I figured out that you are from Poland, but I didn't know that you are from Krakow. Cool. Yeah, I've been to Warsaw and Krakow. I think that's it. Maybe I will go to this three cities, or how it's called, Gdansk, uh, like on the Baltic Sea. I don't remember the name of city, but I think Gdansk. Maybe I will go there in June. I don't know yet. Anyway, notification wrapper submodule invalid for each argument. So uh, it's sometimes interesting when people uh, don't remove this, because actually this was written for people to uh, to remove when they open issue, right? I don't want to read this. Please provide a clear blah blah blah, because well, that's what we wrote already. uh, and same as here, do this and this. Well, I hope you did this already. So that was inside of issue template. That's not supposed to come to the issue itself. Okay, so reproduction code. Let's take a look. This is S3 bucket module, and apparently the issue here is related to SQS module. So there are wrappers of SQS module, and several items should be created. Like in this case, it's one item with a bunch of parameters. And then S3 bucket module is called to create another bucket, bucket, and then there is another module which is called notification. Okay, and notification is actually connecting these two things, connecting wrapper of S3 bucket and SQS. Pretty cool, right? But apparently it doesn't work. And the reason why it does not work, deprecated attribute, no, that's not the problem. Though it can be the problem. Why it's acceleration status? I don't know, maybe there is something changed. in this provider version. Anyway, the problem is related to this error. Invalid for each argument. SQS notification will be known only after apply. Right. So what can be done about this? I will probably have to run this and see this myself, but I have already like few things related to this one. So it's calling this as 3 bucket notification module, and one data source is pointing on something what is not yet known. Okay. And for each key, map includes keys derived from resource attributes that cannot be determined until apply. Yeah. Okay, that's because two modules are being used, right? I mean, two wrappers. So then the follow-up here is, again, it's pretty cool that person is not just giving up and say like, please figure out, but he or she actually spends time and looking into potential solutions. So we conducted a test with few simpler sample codes, and we found that when using the wrapper module unknown before Terraform apply cannot be used in the input variable. That's exactly the case. In my case, input variable QRN cannot be unknown value before Terraform apply. Check my community post. Okay. Right, and then the proposal is to replace lookup instead of try function. But I'm not sure that lookup function can replace all the intentions of the try functions. Right, let me show where exactly this is happening, and right, this one. So inside the wrappers, we have this one, and here, as you can see, we have a bunch of different try things. The reason for this one is that when we call try, we can specify whatever, like we specify many different input arguments, and we don't care which type of argument is it. If we would replace this with lookup, like we do in some cases, we should be very careful about all values being of the same type. So what it means is that we can replace this one with lookup from each value intelligent tiering, for example. And then we need to specify that, okay, the default value of this one should be map, because that's what we see. But it would be very complicated because sometimes we need to have not just plain default values, but maybe we have some specific default values. So it's just impractical to write lookup inside of lookup and handle types correctly. So that's why try is used. Okay, let's think about this one. What is happening here? Try evaluates all of its argument expression in turn. Yeah, that's what I just said. For each must be able to determine the keys. Okay, let's see how this code actually works. I think this example is pretty cool and pretty much complete. So I'll just take this one, put it into the module. It's going to be in S3 examples. And let's make another folder here, just say test test wrappers. Let's make file here and call it main tf. Of course, that's it, right? There is nothing else to be done. And let's just don't use specific version, but let's use and what is it? Like this. Okay, version, we don't care. This is SQS, so this should be SQ Terraform AWS SQS. And this should be just this. And this one should be wrappers like this. Okay, so looks pretty cool, right? I just simplified it a little bit. So S3 example, example, wrappers. Let's see what I have here. I expect it to fail like it was described, but you never know. Maybe it will work. I believe that similar solution has been implemented, or similar kind of workaround, which I will implement here, is already inside of Lambda module, because that's where it often connects to API gateway and other resources, and you need to know static QRN or Lambda function IRN. Hi from Bonn. Hello. Bonn is Köln, Cologne, right? Okay, so this is not working. Why this is not working? Or actually, what is workaround? First thing to keep in mind is that I'm using it's near Cologne. I thought it's like old name of Cologne, Cologne. I don't know, Cologne, Köln. Oh, hi Stein. If I look in my window and if you go to your office building, I can wave you because I live in Asker. Yeah, long time no see, by the way. Okay, so let's see. If I run Terraform version and I see that I use 182, let me go immediately. You see, I learned some geography today. So if I look into this thing and Radek is releasing 182, but I believe there is also version and applicable, right? So this is where they change. Do you always use latest Terraform when you develop? Yeah, almost always. Yeah, because I know that if there was an issue, there are thousands of other people who use it, who discovered it before, and they made it fixed already. So that's pretty much it. Okay, so here we have called applicable. What it means? Let me see how it's apply, complete. So what I'm trying to find is that there is a way to distinguish different type of change, whether something is already applicable or is it like absolutely resolved and ready to work. This is something what can be used. I believe it's already maybe main. Yeah, it's already in 1.9. It's somewhere here. Here is it. That's exactly what I was talking about. Let me make it huge so that people can maybe read it here. So the experimental deferred actions feature supposed to help with exactly this workaround, which I'm gonna to try to emulate differently now. So when we use count and for each in module resource or data block, and we have something unknown, then we can specify allow deferral, and yeah, it should work. This is not yet released, so I don't want to bother and compile it. But the point is that if we will use 1.9, we can specify allow deferral, and this case should just work. I think it's pretty cool. But we're using 1.8.2, which was released the day before yesterday, which is still pretty new. Yeah. Okay, enough about this. Let's go to the code. Let's try to find some workarounds. I mean, I think there are workarounds. Let me just think about that. Um, in the search for hobbies, well, you have, I think, amazing nickname. Maybe we should talk about your nickname instead of answering this question. Uh, answering from behind. Is it right time to switch to Pulumi? No, absolutely no, and not, and there is absolutely no reason for us to sacrifice what we've been doing for some time. I mean, even if you start using Terraform yesterday, Pulumi will not magically come and save your life. Oh, by the way, I can move myself here. Pretty cool. Yeah, so I believe that life under IBM umbrella uh, will be kind of will change our life a little bit, but it will definitely not make us to reconsider switching to OpenTofu even in currently or Pulumi. I mean, obviously, change between OpenTofu and Pulumi is quite big. The reason why I think that OpenTofu is not necessary to even think about right now is because IBM has significantly more power to do anything. What I'm also wondering is, since IBM is big supporter of Linux Foundation and all the CNCF movement, um, it will be interesting to see how Linux Foundation decide to treat two products like OpenTofu and Terraform. Currently, they are both part of Linux Foundation in one way or another, right? It's yeah, it's kind of funny. There are several good analysis I read recently. I tend to believe that it will be better in the future, but maybe it's just me who are more optimistic than some people I know. But anyway, it's not the question of whether we need to change something or not. It may affect, again, I've been telling this since August 10, when HashiCorp changed license for their products. It may affect only people who are providing services like competing services um, which HashiCorp had, like Terraform Cloud or how they rebranded recently. It's not going to affect like normal users, like most of us. Pulumi is more competitor of AWS CDK. Terraform is more declarative rather than straight programming. Yeah, but that's probably not related to the point. I think the main question which many people think is that we have not heard about IBM. Forget about crossplane. We have not heard about IBM, uh, and I tend to think about IBM as like new Microsoft, like new old Microsoft, right? We in old days we used to say like, oh, it's Windows or Windows sucks, right? Or Microsoft is like everything bad. Or like I know a lot of people who still don't like Microsoft because of their childhood traumas, like we all had. But it doesn't mean that it will be always bad. Really, I don't have any uh, kind of any bad expectation that suddenly we will not be able to do what we want. We can still use, we can still contribute. There will be support for Terraform simply because there are enormous amount of customers. And yeah, people will not suddenly have to say like, oh, we need to forget about Terraform and move into something completely different like Pulumi, Crossplane, AWS CDK, or anything else. Really, the only thing which people may consider, again, I'm not saying that I will consider, but may consider is between uh, uh, Terraform and OpenTofu. But currently, OpenTofu does not do anything like kind of new. Anyway, enough about this. Let's focus on the code and let's fix something uh, because we have something to fix, and IBM will not come and fix it for us. So let's do something here. If I go to mm, if I go to modules, no, if I go to, so what I want to do, the fix number one, I will look into notification module, and I want to fix at least this problem. Uh, oh, thank you very much, Umka. Oh my God, it's unbelievable. That's how it works. Thanks. Okay. So if I go to notification module and I want to look into a couple data sources. Mm, let's see. First, I want to look into this one. Where is this? It's modules. No, what's this? It's modules notification line 8. It's not wrapper. It's modules notification. Tick. And here we have module no, line. Which one? Line 82. Line 82. This one. Okay. So mm, um, so what I can do here? Let's see. Like my first thing can let's see. Yeah, let's do the following. So what is actually the problem? The problem is that this wrapper SQS in Terraform SQS module is not doing good things. Let's see. Outputs of this module returns QIRN. And this QIRN, uh, I think you should check variable declaration. No, the problem is here. I can explain it simply that if we use something what is not known right now, we cannot put it into for each anywhere. So, for example, if I now, oh my God, happy to support you. Thank you very much in the search for hobbies. I really hope that you have better hobbies than watching streams on Friday. But yeah, thank you very much. Okay, so QRN, if I now put something what is already like static, even if it's ugly, but I just apply it, it should work. Yeah, it should work if I write correct IRN. Let me find maybe correct IRN. I should have them somewhere in here, IRN, like this. So this is sample IRN, how it looks like. So if QIRN, I don't know if it's QID or QRN, you see it works. So as soon as this value is known, then problem is gone. Now the tricky part, how this QIRN can be created. We look into Q resource, and unfortunately we see two things, name and name prefix. Why I say unfortunately? Because we can actually make this IRN, right? We can always think about like what to put here. And that's exactly what I would do. And I already did this in Lambda module in output. So I call this Lambda function IRN static. So when users specify that they want to create Lambda function, I generate this IRN manually containing parts which I already know. Like I know function name, I know data source of account, I know region, and so on. So that's exactly what I'm going to do here as well. If people don't want to do to use the static, but they want to use it for relations like normally, then they use traditional Lambda function IRN, which will be fetched from resource. In this case, I need to make it like this. So you Q, or like we say in Ukrainian, kuye, yeah, yeah, kuye IRN static, and it's going to be the IRN. Use this to avoid cycle errors between resources. In example, e.g. step functions. It looks funny. In the search for hobbies, will construction like try can work here? Oh yeah, that's a good point. Uh, no, I don't think it will work because of the way how can operates, but it's pretty cool way to try because I don't think I use can in so many places, so definitely worth checking out. So try, if it works, it will be absolutely amazing. No, it will not work. I mean, even if it works, it doesn't make sense because we actually need to have IRN to be able to plan. Like this can this IRN, yeah, something like this. So if I run it now, yeah, the problem is still there. Can yeah, can what it says here can evaluate the given expression and returns a boolean value indicating whether the expression produced a valid result without any errors. We need a run value for plan of the next model. Yeah, exactly. So that's why we need to compose it like this. But actually, this is not correct. So it should be like this. If can, then use this one, or we can use try. Right? Else, something like, I don't know, empty. Missing false expression. If can, then try like that. I don't think it will work again. Yeah, that's because we need to have IRN. So fine, we will make it. So for people who wants like this, it's there. For everybody else, we will make it. We will make this IRN, and this IRN will be like this. So it's SQS, and then region, account, and then name. So it's region, account, and name. And name will be name will be. Let's see where is. Let's see where is SQS. So we are making it. Where is this name? Local name. Is this our name? Local name. Is it var name or is it local name? I guess it's local name. But that's what I'm saying is that if we need to use local, no, if we need to use name prefix, we cannot know what kind of yeah, if user specify that they want to use name prefix, then it's up to AWS to come up with this name, and then we can use it. So this means that we cannot use name prefix, but we can use local name. So if it's use name prefix create and not use name prefix, then this, and it should be local name, right? Local name, yeah. That's it. So this is uh, how it will look. The IRN of SQSQ uses to avoid cycle between resources. Yeah, so it's not like 100% correct. We probably need to do the same for dead letter Q. Just putting it. And also, which one do we need? Is it QID or QRN? I don't remember which one is needed, so let's take a look. QID and QRN. Yeah, we need IRN in this case. Maybe sometimes we will need a URL or ID, which is the same. Anyway, let's start with IRN. I think it will be good enough. So static the IRN of SQSQ. And for this one, how do we make the letter Q name? I guess it's DLQ name. Let's see, name, yeah, it's DLQ name. Yeah. No, DLQ name. And it's going to be create and create DLQ. Create DLQ and not use name prefix. That's fine. Yeah. Okay. So what we can do now, go to the original example. Where was this example? Here was it. So what we have to do now is just change QIRN input to be QIRN static. And apply, and it doesn't work. Data resource identity. What? Ah, yeah, I did something wrong in. Mhm. So we don't have this region data source apparently. So inside of SQS, I'm referring to this caller identity, but it's not there. So let me check in docs. Yeah, we don't have caller identity. So we need to add it here. If I go to caller identity, and if I add it somewhere here, and I also have to do these regions. Let's see. Cool. Now it works. Okay. So this was simple, right? Will it work for if user specify if user specify that they want to make not name but name prefix, right? And use prefix equal true, then it should work. But this IRN will be pretty bad. And here, as you can see, it was able to make this QIRN, fetch it correctly. That's fine. So if I go to Terraform apply now, right, yeah, it's not working because IRN is bad. Because IRN is bad. Yeah, it's just bad written. So obviously this is not going to happen. So name is fine, but name prefix is not fine. What is great? Great. It should be create. But anyway, this is default value. Okay, so now let's look. So this one I will fix in SQS module, and yeah, and that's going to be it inside of SQS module. Now let's take a look into another thing which can be maybe improved. It's not going to happen like in the near future. I will explain why, but it still can be good. Oh, sorry that I missed. I think we are fine with any mock IRN value as soon as it looks okay. No, we need to make it really correct value, because the way how Terraform will handle it is that it plan only once. And if you plan something and you put incorrect QIRN because you just somehow fake it, you will be maybe able to create it correctly. But then next time you run the same Terraform code, Terraform will see that, okay, the value which was specified is different from the one which actually has to come, because now it knows about this resource and it was creating this resource successfully. So that's why we need to do a good job by actually making real and correct ran in first place to avoid these rewrites. These rewrites happens quite often. Like in the past, it happens in auto scaling groups. where you change something like in user data, and it kind of always wanted to recreate, and you didn't know why it was doing so. As well as in Lambda function, where you plan something, but then once it's executing something, then it says like, oh, by the way, you have just like tried to deploy something what was not planned. It complains about difference in your zip archive which you try to upload, and so on. Okay, let's take a look here. So, where was this? Somewhere here, right? No, where was this? Line 82? No, where was this? Ah, right, it was in notification module. So this one is using AWS IRN as data source. Recently, let's take a look where it is used. What? Convert from into if QID is not specified. Ah, right, yeah, that's only for those cases. Yeah, right, because sometimes you specify QID, but sometimes you specify QRN. And yeah, in most cases, we can do this ourselves. Also, bucket IRN here, I can see. Yeah. So we are making this ID, but it's different. Okay. What want to look? Does it make any sense to use built-in functions to replace usage of data source? Probably not, but you never know. I have no clue how to write it, but I guess figure out. So data IRN queue. Let's go to documentation just for fun. Try to understand. And where is this function? It's called provider function. This was added not long time ago. AWS IRN. Oh, RN. Where is this? Where do we see this? Yeah, I cannot find it. Here is it. New function, right? IRN. Oh, it was already almost 2 months ago. I thought it was like yesterday. Anyway, we need to get IRN parse function to parse whatever we have. So, yeah, it's not really appealing to look into the implementation, but I just want to see how it's supposed to be used. Show me the docs. Okay, here is it. So this is, no, this is build parse. Here is it, right? So that's what I need to have in my code. So I go here, Um, so what's going to happen here is that we will fetch, go through all SQS notifications, and instead of calling data source, we can call to this function. Mm, and what kind of value we can put here? We need to think. It's going to be QIRN of this SQS function. So each value QIRN. So here, it's going to be just v dot QIRN. Cool. And then from here, we can fetch let me come back to your question about this in a second. I want to finish this ugliness first. So I need to fetch service here, service, then it should be region, then count, and then resource. So it's going to be region, account, and resource. Right? That's it. Does it look cool? I don't know. I'm not sure that it looks cool. Well, first of all, this is not going to happen in Terraform provider because, I mean, in Terraform AWS modules, because it requires very latest version of Terraform. Let me run apply just to see. This object does not have attribute named account. Okay, what about this? No, account. It's called account ID. That's really creative. Account ID. Okay, yeah. So maybe it's cool, but again, it requires Terraform version 1.8, which I don't think will have support in the near future. So we'll have to use these data sources like this. Not the worst piece of solution, but still, yeah. Okay, let's roll back this change. So let's go back here. Right, so what if without mocking it, try will use instead of empty? For plan, it should be okay. No, plan requires valid thing, first of all. But in single pass most probably will not work. Uh, what's the problem with this where is this? Is this data source? So this data source requires that this IRN, which will be in this case empty, it should be valid. So that's it. That's why we need to come up with something what looks like an IRN. Yeah. And as I said, we can generate it somehow, but it will be just rewritten next time. Okay, so let's push something SQS. So just a couple lines changed, right? Yeah, that's it. Just a couple lines changed, but we probably need to do git checkout, static git commit, Added, added, no, yeah, what was the name of it? Video and static. Outputs. This documentation has to change, of course. Good. So now we have this Git. What is it? PR create. And if I go to this one, so a couple things added. Create. Yeah. That's it. So let me add this as a reference to this issue. This is this static outputs are required to be able to run the when resources are not created yet. To run Terraform, where resources were linked, where connected resources are not created yet. See, in this issue, yeah, okay. Come on, there is a description. Here is it. Okay, that's it. Brian approved it immediately. Cool. So 277 issue. Yeah, this one was fixed. So please use the SQS module version. And use put yeah, tick in add of yeah, yeah, that's it. Version 420 and use open. Yeah, that's it. Anything else? Close. Yeah. Well, yeah, this was pretty time-consuming fix, I would say. I didn't do a lot, but yeah, at least this problem is fixed. Happy. I don't know why it opens this way. Okay, so as I said, replacing it with try with lookup will help. This one closed. Let's take a look on this one. The what Melissa did here. This pull request was open 5 days ago, and I'm pretty sure it works. I just need to look through it a little bit. So what is this? So 2 resources were added, Redshift and snapshot. Okay. So this is new version where this was added. Please consult the examples. So is this break and change? Mm. Let's see. So if this is a new release from version 5 to 6, then we maybe need to do something else. I don't think it's no, no wait. No, I don't think it should be really break and change. Login enable. So what has happened is that new resource was added and something was removed from this one. Is it a break and change? Well, I know that it's break and change. Come on. I'm just trying to find an excuse to not make it as a break and change. Mm. If we just add these things and remove it from here, it's okay. If we remove this block from Redshift cluster, it's okay. If we remove this variable, and remove this one. So previously we had these blocks, and now we don't have this. No, we have exactly the same block except enable true. So enable equal true can still be there, I believe, to control the creation of this resource itself, right? Can be applied or imported if setting log destination type. Let's see what is inside the code. So it was this. Um, think. Well, I believe that this kind of, in the past, this kind of code would make some troubles because inside of count, you could not use something what is not yet created. For example, you may create a bucket at the same time, right? And if you create a bucket, then you cannot, I mean, by this time, you have something unknown, right? Yeah, you have something unknown, and this would be making problems because count cannot contain something what not known. Mm. Well, I think it's actually a backward compatible change. Why I think so is because previously user was specifying enabled. They can still do this. It's totally fine. It simply will not be used. If all of this is null, like it is now, what's going to happen? Hmm? I guess some of this should be required. Let's take a look into the documentation just to figure out what is going on here. Right, it says optional accept cluster identifier. Must be in the same region. Okay. Interesting. So if it is, if it's using just CloudWatch, it will probably deliver to fixed CloudWatch um, log stream. I mean log group. So there is no way to control it. Okay. Let's see one more time. Where is it? I really don't want to make it as a breaking change. So um, it is enough to remove the example and from the code it's mm, mm. For user it's not gonna to do anything bad or big really. I don't think this should be they can change or measure this v6. Um, let's remove create guide and just update and just keep changes in the module and example to show that we to configure this with mhm. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, I think that's enough for this one. Yeah. So this change itself is, yeah, this change itself is simple in a way that we simply add new resources. That's it. So let's make it significantly smaller, and that's going to be all right. Okay, I think I'm done for today. Actually, as you can see, I didn't do a lot, but nevertheless fixed one issue. And yeah, and we had pretty good conversation. So thank you very much. The search for hobbies. I really like your nickname. Thank you, Umka, and thank you, Martin and Stein. Yeah, and Alan. If you have feedback, let me know. Maybe we'll do something what you guys are interested more. And thanks again for support. Yeah, that's good. It's good so that you learn something, and I know some people learn because some people watch it later. That's good. Have a great weekend and take care.